Hi, I'm Cliff, the designer and developer of iPhemeris astrology software for iPhone, iPad, and Mac. This video is going to give a quick overview of iPhemeris on iOS. We'll use an iPad for the demo, but the capabilities are the same on the iPhone. We're looking at the Sky Now feature. This is a real-time chart of the sky, and this is a good way to get a quick view of charting capabilities. Most elements of the wheel are configurable from settings such as which points appear in color schemes and orbs. To access the reports, you tap the little grid icon in the menu bar at the bottom of the screen, and then various reports are available. There's a grid report, an aspect report, a points report, and a midpoints report. It's sortable by planet or sign. To return to the wheel, tap the wheel icon. All charts can be time-stepped by predefined time steps. Select one, and then you use the panel in the lower right to advance it by that time period forwards and backwards, or the red button to return to the chart's normal state. That's Sky Now. You can store as many charts as you want on the device. It'll also store them in iCloud if you let it. I recommend you do. That makes it available to iPhemeris on any device, Mac or iOS. Charts can be tagged with words, as many as you like, that mean something. I have some of my charts tagged with President. And you can also use this menu to search for a chart by name. To display a chart, simply tap it in the list and then use the Show Charts button in the lower left. And that menu will give you options based on how many items you've selected. This will display a chart in a by wheel with a chart now in an outer wheel. Both charts can be time-stepped in the same way as we saw a minute ago, and there are reports available for the number of charts selected. To select two charts, just select them both. You can do up to 3, and then you get a different list. You can add notes to charts using the note icon in the bottom. They're also saved in iCloud and available on all your devices. Charts can be printed and shared to photos or email or however. Next, we'll look at the Tabular iPhemeris. Tap the iPhemeris button in the bottom. This is a standard monthly style iPhemeris. You can turn columns on and off to display any data available in your iPhemeris. At the bottom of the page, it shows void of course data such as last aspect the moon made and the time that it ingressed into the next sign. All times in these tables are in local time and in GMT. It's the local time of the device. There's also a moon phase table and an eclipse table when there's eclipse activity that month. You can jump the ephemeris forwards and backwards by month with these arrow buttons, or you can go to any date you want. And then return to now with the now button. There's a similar tabular table of declinations and latitude. Next, we'll look at the aspectarian. This is a standard calendar style aspectarian showing aspects in the sky at this time. Which points are shown here is configurable from settings. And the same kinds of capabilities to go forwards and backwards by month and to jump to any month in any year. There's a transit calendar. This shows transits to any chart from your database. So for instance, you can have a calendar of transits to your natal chart or to some event if you're doing horary. The settings are pretty extensive. iPhemeris can be in tropical or sidereal mode. This setting applies to every feature and it's global. If you put it into Sidereal, you can choose any of the Ionanza from this list or define your own. There's all kinds of configurations having to do with precision of data, colors, which points are displayed on a chart versus which points are displayed on a report. You can set those independently for charts and for Sky Now. You can choose some symbology from items that have multiple symbols. You can configure your calendars and choose the radix chart for the transitarian. You can set some chalk chart defaults for creating new charts. Orbs can be set here independently for most of the features, and this supports setting and applying and separating down to 1/10 of a degree. You define whether or not you want it to save your charts in iCloud or not, and there's some print settings. And because iPhemeris is translated into quite a few languages, including Spanish, English, Italian, French, German, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, it will display in the language of the default language of your device, but you can force it to be in any other language that you prefer. All the menus and items were translated by professional translators. There are some other features that don't fit on the menu bar. Those can be accessed via the More menu, and also you can rearrange the order of features and which ones are on the tab bar down below from here. There's a graphic ephemeris. The graphic ephemeris displays data graphically for any period of data in the ephemeris. Just set the range there, and then that configures it. It displays longitude by default, but you can also display declination. The Now button just creates a quick view where Now is in the center with 6 months on either side. There's extensive documentation, and that's iPhemeris in a nutshell. Thank you for your interest.